Yes, this is your favorite show, Sports Unfolded, with your favorite hosts, Eric and Ron.
Hey, sports fans. Welcome to the best sports podcast on the planet, Sports Unfolded, where we cover all of the top stories that have happened this week. I am your host, Eric. Main man right over there, Ron. How are you tonight?
I'm still stunned.
With
the turn of events that I have been enlightened to this week.
Yeah, listen, it's always interesting when we think we're not going to have anything to talk about. Somehow we find something, and this week has not disappointed as well. But again, we want to talk to all of you out there. So if you are live tonight, please join the chat. Let us know what you think as well, and chime in. We're going to have a lot of NFL tonight. We're going to break down some of the teams. We're going to give you our picks for that as well. And then you see those Clippers on the side there. We've got an interesting story to talk about there as well. Starting five and pick and roll NFL theme as well tonight. So we're going to have some fun with the NFL tonight as it's kickoff weekend. What a game last night, Ron. First half, it looked like this thing was going to go 50 to whatever. And then all of a sudden, second half, nothing. But thunderstorm stopped, the spit gate now that's going to be out there as well. So the season's already started off with a pretty interesting kick to it. But let's first thank those that help Sports Unfolded continue to grow and get into markets. First and foremost, we want to thank 99.1 WDJY FM in Dallas, Georgia. Thank you for putting us on every Saturday at 1 p.m., as well as 990 WBOB in Providence, Rhode Island, for putting us on every Saturday at 10 a.m. And also SECTV Public Access Channel 12 on every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Thank you for the support. We appreciate it. If you're listening or watching on any of those platforms, please come join us every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'd love to hear from you. And we'll tell you how you can support the show afterwards and become a sponsor as well. Ron, I am ready to kick this thing off, but I wanted to ask you a question first and foremost before we get into our lead off and everything else. Every so often I have these moments, and today was one of the most interesting things that has ever happened to me. So I had some medical things. I had to go get some treatment, things like that. I have never in my life till today learned that you have to sign now that you will be nice to the nurses and they will be nice to you as well.
What?
Yes. So today, you know how you have to sign, allow your medical insurance to bill you, whatever it may be. So the girl, very nice, but she's like, yeah, the second signature is that you're going to be polite to us and we'll be polite to you. And I said, excuse me? Like, I thought she was kidding. Like, I really thought it was a joke. And she says, no, she goes, you have to sign that you'll be nice to the nurses and the doctors that treat you. I said, it's pretty sad in the day in the world that we have to sign something now that says we're going to be nice to people.
So what if you're not?
Right? Like, what do they? Oh, you signed for it? It's what happens at that point? I don't know. I should ask that next time. Next time I got to do something. I can
do that, Eric.
Right? Like, yeah, I'm not signing that. What if I want to be a jerk? You know, like I can't.
What if you get one of those psychos like from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, something like that.
Kathy Bates in Misery.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know if I want you to break my ankles. You know what? I'm not going to be nice to you at this point. Sorry. Oh, wait, sir, you signed something that said you would. So
maybe as patients, when we go in there, we should bring forms for them to sign.
Hey, isn't that insane? Like, I've never heard that. And it was blowing my mind. It literally took me like 3 minutes to sign this thing because I really thought it was a joke.
People would treat others better if, when you're going in there and everything is all up front and normal until you get these curveballs thrown at you and you're paying for, something else that you don't know what you're paying for.
Exactly. I don't know, man. But
sort of like the NFL with them adding commercials onto.
Like, what are we doing? We don't make enough money as it is.
And what the hell is it? Why is it on YouTube tonight?
I love the meme on that too. They were like showing that Commanders game last year when they threw the Hail Mary to win it against Chicago. And they threw, you see the ball going in the air and it's bouncing in the end zone. And then next thing, it's like a Burger King commercial. I'm like, you don't even get to see the play because they've got to get their sponsors in. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane, my friend. All right. I just had to get that out. I don't know if you had heard that. It blew my mind today.
Never heard that. And now I'm telling you, next time I go to the hospital, hopefully it's never, but
keep this in your back pocket just in case you have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring forms for them to sign.
You know what? If I'm nice and you give me a bill that I don't want, I don't have to pay.
You promise not to charge me for random things, like the air in the room.
Yeah. Q-tip costs $500. Hold on, I'll bring my own Q-tips.
Exactly.
I'll bring my own Q-tips. Oh my goodness! All right, Ron, let's have some fun tonight with some sports talk. This story is getting deeper and deeper. Is Bill Belichick's future in jeopardy, already doomed in North Carolina? So obviously the loss to TCU 48-14 wasn't enough.
That was a thumping.
But I don't know if you've heard this story, that his staff in the school will not allow New England Patriots scouts to any games or practices. I don't understand that piece.
I tried to go visit, Eric, and they said not even fans of the New England Patriots are allowed.
Right? Like, geez, man. I just think that, he looked disinterested that whole game. B, you're still worried about the NFL piece. If that's what you're going to do to the New England Patriots, I don't know if this is going to work at all.
But this coming from, Bob Kraft going to have a statue put up of him?
No, it don't look like it's going to happen.
I don't think that's going to happen if he's not going to allow scouts to go there.
Kraft the other day.
First of all, Eric, if I'm a player and you're not allowing a team's scouts to go, I'm a little pissed off as a player.
I'm not going to North Carolina if I'm a recruit. Hold on. That means I only got 31 teams that actually have a shot to pick me up. It's not like North Carolina is just flooding the NFL with players. You'd want every team to have an opportunity to try to pick you up.
Yeah.
And I can't believe that this story even came out. Like, why would
if that is true, I gotta say it is looking more and more disturbing on his end. I think he's being a child.
100%. 100%. And then if I'm the school, do I want this on top of it? Like, listen, you just got blown out. Your team underperformed. I mean, tremendously. It was like
48-14 is pretty bad.
And now you're going to tell, like, now I'm hearing, oh, well, we're restricting, teams, and you know what I mean? Who knows who's running that thing? And you still got the Jordan thing with, is she part of the, and his girlfriend's on the side. That's what I'm saying, right? Getting concessions money right before they get, like, yeah, she's up there trying to make money too. Like, I just think this school's going to be like, what the hell?
Wait, is that happening?
I don't know. She was at the game. Dude, you see how many people went to the game? Michael Jordan was at the game.
He must have left shaking his head.
Blank. Who's the coach? Roy. Roy Williams was at the game. Like this thing was supposed to be like this big thing. Talk about a letdown.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
Talk about a letdown.
Like when you look at it,
that's like getting an all-you-eat buffet, and they have
how many
like
players are on a roster? How many players are on a college roster?
It's got to be probably 60 plus, I would think.
Okay, so according to what I read, they have 70 new players. So it's got to be about 70.
Yeah, okay. Yep, you're right.
So it's got to be about 70. I would say probably a little more. They probably have a bunch of players that are just there, right? 41 players came from transfers. The other 29, I'm guessing, are all freshmen because they're additional commitments. So they have to be freshmen.
So let me ask you this. And I'm not saying he was perfect, right? Because he was horrible. Let me rephrase that. He was horrible, but he was not a good GM. No. If this is any indication that you got 70 new players and you got your ass kicked.
This is his roster.
Exactly. That's what. Maybe you should stay away.
It's not like somebody else drafted these players or recruited.
Don't build teams, Bill. Just coach, bro. Just coach. Like, I don't know. I just think this whole mess. I could see. Listen, they play Charlotte this week. It should be a win. But if this guy goes 0-2, this story about New England, having Jordan around, his whole crew is kind of running things in North Carolina. I think they might just say, you know what, let's just part ways. Let's just part ways. Because I can't see how this benefits the school at all.
Is it possible that he's tanking on purpose?
But I would think, again, it wouldn't look good for the NFL if he wanted to get back in next year, if he wanted to.
Maybe.
It looks horrible for him.
Maybe because he committed and he had to go through with it. Maybe somebody kind of gave him a little deal.
Like Steve Ballmer deal?
We'll get into that
story. I don't know.
I'm just saying, maybe he has a deal with a team that
I will say this.
Waiting.
If he doesn't make a bowl game and Mike Vrabel wins like 8 to 10 games with New England, his legacy is ruined. And I think that's ultimately what's going to cost him is this debacle in North Carolina is going to.
We talked about this.
We did. And now that we've seen the product on the field.
it's bad. And I'll be the first one to admit that I thought he was going to have success. And I thought it was going to change the landscape of college. Boy, is it way off. It's way. Look, now
don't get a 75-year-old coach. It changed that landscape. He said, don't get a 75-year-old coach who's past his prime.
It's not off to a good start by no means.
No,
by no means. It's ugly right now, and he could lose that locker room this week.
Yeah, if they don't win this week, it's going to be really bad. Really bad. All right. Let us know out there if you're live. Do you think Bill Belichick survives this season with North Carolina, or is it already over? Should we already consider it done? All right, Ron, we're going to have some fun with the NFL. We're going to kind of give you a breakdown. We didn't have an opportunity to do an NFL preview show this year. So we said, let's incorporate it with Sports Unfolded's regular show. So we're going to just kind of go through each team real quick, couple bullet points, and then at the end, we'll kind of give you our playoff teams and who's going to the championship and the Super Bowl winner. All right. So, Ron, we'll start off in the AFC East. And let's start off with the Buffalo Bills last year, 13-4. Is this the year Josh Allen finally breaks through? And if not, could this be the end of Sean McDermott's era with the Buffalo Bills?
Well, certainly if they don't if they don't advance, I would say if they don't advance to the Super Bowl, I think he's out.
Right. I think it's almost a guarantee. You know who's not getting that job now? Bill Belichick, by the way. Okay.
Nope. I just look at the team itself and look, this is a team that should have probably won a championship already.
They're very talented, and he's a very good quarterback. Again, you put him in the top 5 without a doubt.
I put him in the top 3.
Yeah, easily. So like you would just think that it's a guarantee. All right.
You know,
what about? Oh, go ahead.
I just think that I know they don't have like that top flight receiver, and frankly, I don't know why.
But let me ask you this. I mean, Tom Brady won without a legitimate number 1 receiver. So it's not that he needs a receiver. He can make them
I don't
better.
think he does.
Yeah.
I don't think he does, but it would make, if I was a Buffalo Bill fan, and I'm a Josh Allen fan, I would feel a whole lot better if I had a number 1 legit guy.
All right. What about the Miami Dolphins? 8-9 last year. The health of Tua, the coaching of Mike McDaniels, the mentality of Tyreek Hill. There's so many questions with the Dolphins. Can they win with all these questions?
I don't think they can. First of all, I don't think that Tua is ever going to have a completely healthy season. And boy, did they overestimate McDaniel.
He started off.
Frankly, I don't think he's that good.
Agreed. He's a little off.
And Tyreek Hill is just a problem waiting to happen. That's going to blow up in their face.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I don't think. In fact, I don't even think they're going to even compete for second place.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. New York Jets 5-12 last year. Is Justin Fields a legitimate starting quarterback in the NFL? And can Aaron Glenn find a way to break the Jets' curse?
It's the Jets. I'm sorry.
Right? Like you just
you
just assume something bad's going to happen.
It's gonna. Look, I actually don't mind Fields as a quarterback. You know, he's not going to be a gunslinger. You know, the guy has been running for his life since he came into the league. And, you know, I know it's not the same kind of quarterback, but we remember Drew Bledsoe here in New England had those happy feet because, like, he knew somebody was coming around the corner on him, right? And I feel that Fields is probably there. And I don't think if you're playing afraid, and I'm not saying he's like afraid.
No, I get it. Yeah.
If he's playing like that, he's never going to have success.
All right. James, it's right. Tua refuses to wear that Guardian cap. So again, that's another opportunity if you were trying to stay healthy. Right. Agreed. All right. New England Patriots, 4-13 last year. Do we really know what Drake May is? And can Mike Vrabel really turn this team into a winner in year 1?
It's going to be close. I think there's a fine line on if they can have a winning season. I think they'll finish second. I think they can. Second.
I think they could. I think they could.
I like Drake May. I saw from what I saw of him last year. I like him. Now, I'm not saying he's going to bring them to the promised land or anything like that, but he seems like he has a good head on his shoulders. He's not the guy that is going to make everybody better, but I think he's going to be effective. Probably going to be above average quarterback. Whether he brings a championship or not, I don't know. But if he's surrounded by talent, he'll do well.
I think
I like the signings that they made, especially defensively.
Diggs, what's his name, Milton on the line. So again, there's some promise there. I just think the hype's way too. They're basically like, oh, the Patriots.
Yeah, we went through the schedule. What did it come out like? 7 wins.
7 wins, and I would even say I want to see more from Drake May. I just don't think we've seen enough to legitimately say he's the answer. We haven't seen him play 17.
Half a season.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So we don't know. We'll see. Maybe Josh McDaniels makes some changes. But all right, that's the AFC East. Let's go to the AFC North. And the Baltimore Ravens, who were 12-5 last year. Ron, how many more excuses can Lamar Jackson get? And then they have the most talent in the league. Should they be a lock for the Super Bowl?
You know, they should take Buffalo Bills, Baltimore, the Chargers, throw them in the same division.
That way, one of them. Actually, you know what? Move the Chiefs out of to the NFC. Maybe that gives them a shot. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. But they're in the same boat as Buffalo. The only difference here, I don't think there's any rumblings about Harbaugh being replaced.
No.
But you know what? It's time you put up, because it might not be because of Lamar Jackson.
It could be the coaching. You're right. Yeah, I agree.
Listen, Jackson is a great quarterback.
This team is ultra talented. This team has a great defense. One of the best running backs in the league. They have solid wide receivers now. They have one of the most dynamic quarterbacks. Something's holding them back from getting there. So I think
to wonder if it's that head coach.
Yeah, it could be. All right, Cincinnati Bengals, Ron, 9-8 last year. Can they start off better than in years past? And will the defense finally catch up to the offense?
Look, if they come out ready game one, and the signs of, Burrow playing and the starters playing in the preseason is a sign of that. Look, if they can come out and do what they do at the beginning of the year, like they play at the end of the year, this team is going to be dangerous. I mean, but it's Jekyll and Hyde.
Right. If they didn't lose that one game to New England, week 1,
they would have been in.
They would have been in. So, I mean, it's really how you start sometimes that matters. I think, listen, we've got to look at this defense too to say you can't give up 30 points a game and expect to win every game in the NFL. So the defense needs to catch up. I think that hurts them more than anything else, because I think the offense is fine. I mean, Burrow still put up monster numbers last year. Jamar Chase put up monster numbers.
And I'm looking at that roster on defense, and they really don't have an excuse. Like, there's some good players there. So it makes me wonder if it's the defensive scheme that they're using. I don't know if they're using their players to their abilities.
Could be. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers were on 10-7 last year. Is this the end of Aaron Rodgers, or does Mike Tomlin figure a way to have another winning season?
I mean, we keep counting them out. We always say this is going to be the year they're not going to do it, and Mike Tomlin finds a way. And, I know they have struggled to win playoff games, but to be honest, those teams had no business being in the playoffs. So Mike Tomlin got them to play better. It becomes pure talent by the time you get to the postseason. And
10-7 again, lost in the first round.
Right.
Listen,
that's just
you're probably right.
Right. That's what you're going to have, because they really don't have that great of a roster. I mean, yes, you have TJ Watt, and they did make a trade. So, who knows what could happen now?
Right. You got DK Metcalf. You have Aaron Rodgers. It'll be interesting in Pittsburgh.
I mean, they got a squad now.
It'll be very interesting. Cleveland Browns were on 3-14 last season. At some point, did we get a glimpse of the rookie quarterbacks?
Probably.
And can you see this team ever not being at the bottom of this game?
this team's going to suck again. And it's because of offense and the lack of,
Yeah. I'll say this too. I shouldn't say hate. I dislike when players, like, I want to win. Then Myles Garrett, sign a lower contract somewhere else and go to a team that you could actually mid-season Shador. It could be, right? I think Gabriel gets the first nod, but I think Shador Sanders at some point does get into. James, I agree with you there.
It's going to be interesting because when you start looking, at the roster, I mean, were they a 3-win team last year?
3-14.
I mean, that defense is so much better than what it should be.
Too many pieces.
I mean, when you think about it, they're on the field too much. The offense is just that bad. And I'm sorry, head coach
Joe Flacco. I don't know if it's the coach though, because again, you don't get talent.
Well, that's just it. You gotta have the talent there. But they haven't had offense. But they had Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they did. Till he blew out his name. All right. All right, let's move on to the AFC South. AFC South. Houston Texans 10-7. Flacco returns to Super Bowl form. I don't know if he could do it for 17 games, James. That's my question.
I don't know.
I think he could do it in flashes.
I doubt it.
But Houston Texans 10-7 last year. Will C.J. Stroud bounce back after a mediocre season last year? And does Nick Chubb still have enough to be a legitimate running back to help this team?
I do like it. I mean, if he pans out, I mean, we said that about Barkley too. And he panned out. He can't stay healthy. Well, he did last year. So if Nick Chubb could be healthy this year, this team should easily cakewalk through that division.
Yeah.
That division is terrible.
And we'll tell you why. Next team, Indianapolis Colts, 8-9 last year. Guess the question would be, can Daniel Jones perform well enough for this team to succeed?
No.
No. That's it. No.
It's going to be a battle for the bottom.
Okay. All right. What about the Tennessee Titans? They were 3-14. How much do you believe in Cam Ward at quarterback? And how long will they allow him to have growing pains, or do they pull the hook on him?
Well, see, that's just it. If he struggles and they pull him, he'll never succeed. I mean, we've seen it many times.
I think the quarterback we just talked about with Daniel Jones. How many times did we see them in, out, gonna play, not play? So
he needs to be in there every game, whether they lose or not. If you have a 1-win season, didn't some guy Peyton have like one win?
He did. Yeah, I think it's
you just gotta go through it, right? You have to go through it. I mean, you don't have anybody else.
Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Jacksonville Jaguars were 4-13 last year. Obviously, they have the most interesting draft pick in Travis Hunter. Is he going to play both ways, Ron? And then will Trevor Lawrence ever live up to the hype?
That's a guy that's going to be under the microscope this year. It's put up, or we're taking your name off the stadium.
Which is don't even get me started on that. And then he's a $50 million player. $50 million, Trevor Lawrence.
I would have never given him that money.
So
never.
I agree. Like, look, at some point, I know that. Listen, I don't expect them to turn it around and go 13-4, but I think at some point you got to see that you can build around him and say, listen, we're a couple pieces away from being a contender. I don't see that.
Eric, this team had the opportunity of a lifetime. They could have had Lawrence. They could have had Mac Jones going out and gotten Fields and Lance. They could have had all of them battle for the quarterback position to see which one was the best of the draft.
Oh, you're out of control, my friend.
They're
Hey,
Mahomes.
all right. Let's move on to the AFC West, Ron.
Oh my
Kansas
God.
City Chiefs were 15-2 last year. Obviously, they're a year older, and it gets tougher and tougher to win at a high level.
Yeah.
Will the early suspension of Rashid Rice hurt that offense? And will we start to see Father Time creep in a little bit on some of these guys that may be around or have been around for quite some time?
Well, I know Travis Kelce lost a lot of weight. I guess Taylor Swift has been starving him.
It's got to look good for that tuxedo for the wedding, my
That's
friend.
right. He has to fit
So,
in the tux, so he had to slim down. Um, but if he is, he could be on his last season.
right. Like they almost talked about it last year.
Yeah.
Chris Jones on the defensive side's getting a little older.
What is this team gonna look like next
So
year? This is
can
it.
and this is going to sound like I'm a hater, and I don't mean to sound that way. I don't think you'll see that New England Patriot dynasty that run like ever again in the NFL. I think the Chiefs at 6, 7, 8 years is probably the peaks now. And the way they lost in the Super Bowl and just some of that piece of now trying to fight back, Andy Reid, how much longer does he have before he decides to just kind of go off into the cheeseburger land and never, coach
Yeah,
again?
I think this is it. This is the last shot. Patrick Mahomes is
He's
a
phenomenal,
great quarterback.
right?
Great quarterback, right? You're gonna have a lot of these pieces leave. You can't keep everybody together. I mean, it's just inevitable with the salaries that are out there. And, some of these guys are going to demand big bucks, and some of these guys are going to retire. And it's just not feasible
I
to
will say this.
sustain 10 years.
Yeah. And I will say this. If you think about it, Brady's security blanket towards the end of his career was Gronk. And then when Gronk was gone, right, he struggled. And obviously Gronk went to Tampa. What happens? They win a Super Bowl again. If Kelsey's not around for Patrick Mahomes as that security blanket, it gets a lot more difficult. And we'll
Absolutely.
see.
And I'll tell you,
this is a great division, too.
I mean, they did improve their team this year. They did improve it during the offseason, but it wasn't a lot. It wasn't by much. And the other teams in this division got a lot better. And yes, Kansas City dominates that division, but it might not be so dominating this year because I'll tell you that defense of Denver, way better. Way better.
And I will say this.
I just think there's
I can't
going to be
remember
some problems.
I can't remember the kid's name, the left tackle they grabbed in the draft. And we said it's a steal.
Yes.
Because he was injury prone in college is what dropped his. But again, you're starting a rookie left tackle.
Yeah.
So there's going to be growing pains there too. So that'll be interesting. You mentioned the Denver Broncos, Ron. They were 10-7 last year. Can Bo Nix continue to impress?
Like this
and can they remain competitive in a very, very tough division? This is a very good division.
Yeah,
they have good pieces.
Look, really I like Bo Nix. He just rose to the occasion. Didn't it wasn't Daniels, but what he did do was just control the ball and did his job. It kind of reminds me of when Dilfer won the Super Bowl. You just don't make mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you're going to do all right.
Yeah, let the good defense kind of keep you in games.
And he's got some talent.
Yeah.
And if he can grow this year along with the rest of this team could surprise some people.
Yeah.
It could surprise.
It's a great division. Los Angeles Chargers last year around 11-6. Can Jim Harbaugh finally get Justin Herbert over that hump to win a big game? Team has a lot of talent, but they need to prove it in the postseason.
I mean, out of the Harbaughs, I think I have more of a positive thought on this one.
I agree.
Because I think, what is this, year 2?
Yeah, he turned him around in 1 year.
Yeah, so I'm a little more confident, and that's why Kansas City's they're gonna have a hard time this year.
Agreed.
And I would not be surprised if one of these teams sneak in and take first place. Now, I'm not predicting that by no means.
Wait for the predictions. Let's see. Las Vegas Raiders are on 4-13. Will Pete Carroll be able to build a winning culture in Vegas? And Geno Smith, can he be an answer at quarterback for this team?
I actually like Pete Carroll here. And I was never really a big fan of Pete Carroll, but he can build a defense. And he can get players to play better. And I don't think that his style of coaching is just like superior or anything. Just like a goofball to me.
I think he gains the respect of the players by being just a regular Joe. Like, we're not gonna.
He wins in almost everywhere he goes. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Not New England, but almost everywhere.
He still never had a losing record in New England. He was 8-8. Was his worst year, but all right.
I just like, look, Geno Smith is not the savior, but he's a placeholder until they get a quarterback that can handle it.
And honestly, he didn't play poorly in Seattle, so maybe he's still got another year or two where you can get something out of Geno.
I think he's happy he's with Pete Carroll, to be honest with you.
Agreed. All right, we're going to move over to the NFC, Ron. We're going to talk about the NFC East here and the Philadelphia Eagles. They were 14-3 last year. Obviously, it's always difficult to repeat. Will this season determine if Nick Sirianni is a legitimate head coach in the NFL?
I think that this team is still, I don't know if it's championship good, but it's really good. Like, there's a lot of talent. Even those young players on defense who struggled in that first half.
There's some Spitfires on that team. Oh, wait. No, too soon? Okay. All right, go ahead.
Anyway, despite having a llama on their team, I think the defense is still pretty good. Now, they struggled in the first half, yes, but Dallas is a really good offensive team.
They are.
So I can see that game 1, you're missing your best player on defense because of a spitting incident, which was not kosher. That was not cool, and that could cost them some games.
Yeah.
And, they had to replace some key players like Slay, for instance, and they were picking on the rookie all game long. But he did settle down in the second half. So, I think you got to give the defense a little time to gel, but I think they're going to be fine, and I think they're going to do pretty well again.
Okay. Washington Commanders were 12-5 last year. Obviously, they added Deebo Samuel to a very good offense. But can they live up to the hype, right? They've set the bar high now based on what they did last year. Can they live up to it, Ron?
Well, I think talent-wise, they should. They improved their roster. And I think the kid's got talent. I think he might be the better player of that draft as far as quarterbacks, and Bo Nix did pretty well, but he's the full package, right? And he didn't choke under pressure as a rookie, and that's poise, and that is something that you just don't get.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got that. He's got some skill around him. This team should still be better. Yes, they're going to probably play some better teams this year because of, just fourth place team rather than a second place team, say. The schedules are a little more difficult. But I think they're going to be fine because I don't think the schedule got too hard for them.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Dallas Cowboys 7-10 last year. Obviously, can they be better without Micah Parsons? And is Dak's health the biggest key for this team to be successful this season?
I'll tell you, offensively, they don't have a problem. They don't have a problem. I watched that game, and that offense was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, CeeDee Lamb catches a few more balls instead of dropping.
CeeDee Lamb is just, oh my Lord. Now, I watched him last night, and he was a star. Like, easily top 3 receivers. I'm now sure that he's a top 3 receiver. And that includes all those other guys that are all claiming that they're the best, right? I just think he was just awesome yesterday. And,
yeah,
the running back, I can't think of his name. He played last year, but he was only used sparingly, and he had a great game. The whole team offensively did a great job.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps when Carter isn't in there, but Dak was good.
Yeah.
Dak was good.
He's got to stay healthy. This team has a legitimate shot. Yeah, well.
Defense.
Yeah. Williams was the running back.
Yes. Thank you.
Listen, James last week predicted that the Cowboys got blown out by 40, I think. So,
they played a pretty good game.
They lost by 4. They kept it interesting. Running game is better. I think offensively, to Ron's point, I think they're fine offensively. It's going to see how do they fill that Micah Parsons void now, because obviously that you have to figure that was part of their scheme going into the season, and now you take that piece out. So, what about the New York? What about the New York Giants last year? 3-14, Ron. Obviously, they had a solid draft. Abdul Carter, Jackson Dart seems like he may be a quarterback of the future for this team. How long do they stick with Russell Wilson before they make this switch and get this kid in there and possibly make things interesting in the NFC East?
This is an interesting team. It's one of those teams that could go either way, right? I mean, because this defense is pretty good. Like, they have a good defensive team. You throw in, Russell Wilson, he's got to be better than Daniel Jones at this point, right? You would think that. Neighbors. Another year under, on the field, is going to do wonders. He's talented.
Agreed.
I think they got some pieces, but again, it could go either way.
And I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, right? How long do you stick with Dable and let him build this thing up, or do you pull the trigger and then they start all over again? I think under Dable they keep blowing up. Yeah, and that's the problem. Again, you've got to allow Dable some time to get these young players, and I think they're going to be a feisty team. I agree with you, Ron. I could see this team winning 6-7 games. I think they could win 6 or 7 games.
No, but I mean, what did they win last year?
Three wins last year.
Okay, so 3. That's right. I forgot they were in a battle with the Patriots. Forgot. Yeah. I could see them.
Ask Gerard Mayo about that.
Yeah. I could see that.
Right.
Because defensively, they can stop teams, but they couldn't score last year. Now, if they can just get, another 3 to 7 points per game this year, that could turn some of those losses into wins. And I could see 6 or 7 pretty easily, to be honest with you.
All right. Best division last year in football, I would say, was the NFC North. So let's talk about those Detroit Lions who led the division 15-2. Obviously, losing both coordinators. How does that affect their season? And the key would be is if they're healthy, are they still probably the top team in the NFC?
I mean, they got a lot of talent on this team. So, but I think the coordinator
That hurts.
issue,
Ben Johnson's going to hurt.
that is the one.
And I also say, listen, though, they were decimated with injuries.
They were.
And you don't lose some of those star players. And at some point, Hutchinson was one of them. If they can keep these guys healthy, Dan Quinn is slowly moving into my coaches. I feel could be
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell is what I say. Dan Quinn, Dan Campbell. You're slowly moving into that realm of good coaches for me. This season, to me, is going to prove if he really is or not, because you had a security blanket in Ben Johnson. I don't think Aaron Glenn was that great on defense. That's just my opinion, but whatever. But I really feel that let's see what we do now without Ben Johnson in that creative offense and see if they still put up those numbers.
Yeah, that's going to be the key, is the offensive part of the ball, part of the game. Can they still move the ball effectively with somebody else stepping in? If they can't, they could tumble rapidly. I think the talent is there, and I think that should, be enough to at least be in the mix.
Yeah.
It's a tough division.
A very tough division. So speaking of Ben Johnson, right? The Chicago Bears last year, 5-12. Can Ben Johnson actually turn Caleb Williams into an elite quarterback?
I'm not so sure. I mean, he could, but I don't like the way he plays. I wasn't a fan. When you look at the other quarterbacks that had success in year one, he was not one of them that I said, oh, yeah, this guy's going to be a star coming up. That was not the case. I did not feel that. I was like, is it a downgrade from Fields? Is the question.
It's a fair statement. Minnesota Vikings last year, 14-3. Is JJ McCarthy the real deal? Can he be the reason they win? And do they have enough? Right? Do they have enough otherwise to compete in this tough division?
Yeah, I look, whether McCarthy is going to succeed is kind of irrelevant to me, because I don't think he's going to have the year that Sam Darnold had. He's not going to have that year. He's going to make mistakes, and I see a slide coming.
Okay. Green Bay Packers 11-6 last year. Does the addition of Micah Parsons catapult this team to the top of the division? And how big is Golden as a wide receiver to?
That's the one I was keying on.
Right. Like, I think that, to your point, he gets a legitimate number one wide receiver that is going to put some pressure on the defense.
He's got a lot of talent. He's got somebody that he can throw the ball to, and he can make things happen. And I think when you're getting a guy like that on both sides of the ball, that's going to make a huge difference. And I really like this team now. I really do. I mean, they're going to compete.
Okay. All right, let's NFC South. Ron, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 10-7 last year. Is Baker Mayfield going to stay consistent? Obviously, they're still the best team in this division talent-wise.
Yeah, I think he's going to pretty much do the same what he did last year. He's going to move the ball. I don't know if he's going to win anything, as in the career, but he's going to be able to bring the team down the field and get some points on the board. They do need to be more efficient, though. They have to get better on defense, and I like a lot of the players on that defensive side of the ball, but I just don't think they have the guy.
Okay.
And I think they could possibly get back, but they got some teams in this division that are hungry.
Yeah, well, this team not so hungry. New Orleans Saints 5-12 last year. Obviously, I'm expecting. I'm wondering if you're expecting a long season. They're really rebuilding from the ground up.
One win, maybe.
Yeah, no quarterbacks. No,
right. Rattler is their quarterback.
Yeah, I think
is he starting?
Yeah, I think he is. I don't know.
Yeah, that's rough.
What about the Carolina Panthers last year, 5-12? Is this Bryce Young's final season if he doesn't improve?
Like the guys they picked up at the before last season, I would have thought that they would have been a little better, but they were still the same Panthers. I mean, maybe they can improve. This year, some draft picks. I don't know. I mean, it's Carolina, so I'm very hesitant on saying they're going to be better than 5 wins.
Yeah, I can't see them improving much. And I think
they're overpaying for a lot of players.
Yeah, and you got to start to question the quarterback play as well, and how long you hang on to him.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's the guy.
All right. What about the Atlanta Falcons? They were 8-9 last year. Again, full season out with Michael Penix Jr. That offense has a ton of talent. They've built up the defense as well in the draft. Could this team make a run for the division?
I think this team has a shot, to be honest with you. I think talent-wise, they might be just as talented as Tampa Bay. The only thing is that they don't have the names on the jersey that are the same. So its reputation in Tampa Bay, these guys, I think could take the division.
They could. I agree. NFC West. Atlanta. Yeah, NFC West. San Francisco 49ers 6-11 last season. Can they stay healthy? I think McCaffrey's already on the injury list for week 1. And is this their final chance to do anything? Because that window's got to be closing quick.
Yeah, I think they're going to unload a lot of players at the end of the season. Some of them basically because they can't even stay healthy. Like McCaffrey, I think after this year, he's not going to be in San Francisco. I think he's done in San Francisco after this year because he's probably not going to play half the games. And there's only so much a team can do if your roster is constantly missing half of your games.
And the biggest piece of your offense. Like he is by far that piece.
Right. Super talented, but at this pace, I mean, he's not going to play enough games to get anywhere.
I smell a rebuild in San Francisco.
Rebuild, exactly.
I agreed. It's coming. I think it's coming if they don't do anything this year.
And I don't think they're going to.
Arizona Cardinals last year, 8-9. Will Kyler Murray finally be the quarterback that this team can build around? Is this the year that we start to see that?
No. I mean, he's like a generic Lamar Jackson.
Wow.
Wow. He wants to be Lamar Jackson, but he's just not fast enough. He's not strong enough. He's just not healthy enough.
Lamar Jackson's Coca-Cola, and he's just cola.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And it's the
little Walmart brand there.
It does taste different. Okay, interesting. What about the Seattle Seahawks run last year, 10-7? Which Sam Darnold are we getting this season? Is it going to be the Jets or the Vikings?
That's the point. That's the thing. You don't know what you're going to get. Are you going to get his career stats or last season? And I want to lean towards career stats because, look, he's not going to have the same coaching staff. So, I mean, to me, it's obvious he's not going to have the year he had.
Dr. Thunder versus Dr. Pepper. Exactly.
Yes, that's a good one right there.
That's a good one. I will say this, too. Having Justin Jefferson makes every quarterback look a lot better.
Yes.
He doesn't have that.
Last I knew, Justin Jefferson didn't go to Arizona.
Seattle, yes. Yeah.
Or Seattle, rather. Doesn't matter. He didn't go there either, so Kyler Murray doesn't have him either.
If you have ever watched Mad TV. I did. I don't remember that one, James. I think I do remember that because they were making fun of, like, do you believe it's not butter or whatever? Yeah. Los Angeles Rams last season, Ron, 10-7. They added Devontae Adams to this offense. But is the health of Matthew Stafford concerning for this season?
Yeah, let me get a coin, and we'll flip it and see what happens. If Matthew Stafford is healthy and he gets to play this year, then this team is going to win the division. If he's not, well, they still could win the division because the other teams are just not good.
Okay.
Right. So he could still win it with defense. They got a good defense.
All right. We are at the point, Ron, where we're going to pick our AFC playoff teams, our NFC playoff teams, who's in the title game, and our Super Bowl picks. All right. So I'm going to start in the AFC for me. And my 4 division winners are the Bills, the Ravens, the Chargers, and the Colts. The Colts win that division.
I've got Buffalo, Baltimore, Houston, and Kansas City.
Okay. My wild card teams, the Chiefs, the Bengals, and the Broncos.
We actually have all the same teams in.
Just
I have Cincinnati, Denver, and the Chargers in.
Okay. So AFC, we have the same teams. All right. Pretty good. All right. NFC. Ron, your division winners.
Philadelphia.
Okay.
Atlanta.
Okay.
The Rams.
Yeah.
And Green Bay.
I have the Eagles, the Falcons, the Rams, and the Packers.
Oh,
interesting.
Oh, man.
Exactly the same on that
I
one.
love it.
What do you have for wild card teams?
Washington, Detroit, and Minnesota.
Ooh.
I have Dallas out.
Okay. I have Detroit. I have Washington.
And
but
you
I have
Dallas.
the Buccaneers.
Oh, you have the Bucks. Oh,
the Bucks
sweet.
getting in.
I actually like that. I actually like that more. Now that I think about it, I like Tampa Bay more than Minnesota right now. So yeah.
All right. So Ron, which 2 teams are going to represent the AFC in the AFC Championship?
It's got to be written this way, Eric.
Okay.
It's got to be written this way. Buffalo, Kansas City.
Ooh.
In Buffalo.
Ooh, the drama. I love it. I am going with the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. They both get past Kansas.
Somebody's getting over the hump.
Yes. NFC title game, Ron. I have the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Green Bay Packers.
I have the same. Philly and Green Bay.
If we do this 2 years in a row, we could do this. Super Bowl, Ron. AFC representative is.
I have Buffalo.
Buffalo. There we go. All right. The NFC representation will be by.
I have Philadelphia.
Oh, I have the Packers. Micah Parsons, big play. Who is your Super Bowl champion, Ron?
I didn't even think of that, but I'm going Buffalo.
I also went Buffalo. Buffalo Bills to win it all.
This is
I think this is the year. This is it. This is the one.
I just think Josh Allen is that special of a player.
100%.
like, it's not his fault that they haven't made it. Definitely not, because
Agreed.
he has risen to the occasion. It's just that other players have not,
Yeah.
and coaching staff has not.
Yeah. So no, I agree. All right. That was our NFL breakdown. That was great,
I
really
got
good.
chills right now,
That
and they're
was good.
multiplying.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really
I'm
good.
losing control.
Oh no. All right, Ron, we're gonna move on to our starting five.
You almost did it again, Eric.
So we can continue this NFL theme, and we decided we're gonna give you our starting five NFL active coaches.
All
So
right.
these are our
Now
starting
look at
five.
this. It looks like Mike Tomlin whispered something into McVay's ears
That wasn't
about
very
this
good.
guy.
Yeah, something. Yeah, McVay looks like he's on, something 8 ball something. Man, that man's going. All right. So
And Pete Carroll over there doesn't have a clue what's going on.
yeah, he's not even looking in the screen. He's like, I'm not even looking at the game. So we start off. I am first this week. So my honorable mentions, I have two. But again, that could change. So I have John Harbaugh, and I have, and this could change after this. Yeah, Kyle Shanahan. Those are my two honorable mentions.
You have John and Kyle.
Yes.
Okay, they're not even on my list, either of them.
Oof. Okay.
And I have 5 honorable mentions. Not even in the top 10.
Oh!
Okay.
That's how little respect I have for Harbaugh.
Okay. All right.
And I think the game has passed Shanahan by.
Okay. All right. So
All right. My honorable mentions, Jim Harbaugh.
Okay.
I actually had Dan Quinn ahead of them.
I can't after that Super Bowl debacle.
Well, you
I'm
know,
never-
it's not his fault. He
Run the ball.
realized that
Run
he
the
was playing
ball.
Tom Brady.
All you have to do is run the ball. You would have won that game.
Yes.
Pete Carroll could have done that too and won the game.
I actually have Kevin O'Connell in there.
Almost thought about it. I want to see a little bit more, but I got you.
I mean, he won with Sam Darnold.
Agreed. No, listen, I think he's a very good coach. I do. I just don't know if I'd put him in the top 5 yet.
I also have Matt LaFleur in there.
Ooh, Green Bay. That's a good one. Yeah.
And I did put Nick Sirianni as an honorable mention. He just won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know. I just still.
I had to put him in there just because of that.
All right. All right. So that brings us to our starting 5. So at number 5 for me, I have Mike Tomlin. 191, 118, 2 ties, a 617 win percentage, 7 division titles, 1 Super Bowl champion. Man's never had a losing season. But again, 1 title. So I don't want to overstate it that he's a very good coach, but 5 out of these guys that I picked.
I also have Mike Tomlin at number 5, although I wrote Tomlinson.
That's close. LaDainian's back in.
Yeah, I know. I must have had him on my brain or something.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I just looked at it this way. You know, I mean, he hasn't had Ben in a while. So yeah, with what they've been going with in the playoffs, there's no way they were winning with those quarterbacks.
Agreed. I'm just saying he's a very good quarterback. I mean,
it's not his fault.
one title, man.
I know. I do like him as a coach, but you got to get it done eventually.
Yeah. At number 4, the only guy on my list that didn't win a Super Bowl, at least 1 Super Bowl, Jim Harbaugh. I had him in my top 5. 60-29-1, 672 winning percentage, the second highest out of all active coaches. 2 division titles, but he's turned 2 teams around now. What he did in San Francisco got them to a Super Bowl, and he's made the Chargers legitimate contenders in his first season. So I went Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
At number 4 for me.
I actually have Pete Carroll at number 4. I don't know when my decision turned on this guy. But the guy wins everywhere. He wins everywhere he goes.
He wins games. He doesn't win, though. He's won one Super Bowl.
He's won a Super Bowl. Didn't he win a college
He
championship
won a
too?
couple, college, but we're talking about active NFL coaches, not the college.
I know, but still,
because then we throw Bill Belichick in here.
And he drafted some players that the Patriots won with.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Pete
Look,
Carroll,
I just like Pete Carroll because he gets the job done, and I think he's going to get the job done in Las Vegas. Whether he wins a Super Bowl or not, I don't know. He's too old to win a Super Bowl, I think.
Okay. He is the oldest active coach in the league. Yeah. All right. At number 3 for me, I had Sean Payton. Sean Payton, 179 and 114, 611 winning percentage. Listen, 7 titles. He won the championship with New Orleans, but he elevates talent. Like Bo Nix to me was not a great quarterback coming out of college, and he found a way to make Denver better, Bo Nix better. New Orleans never really had a ton of talent. He made Drew Brees one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So I think Sean Payton does a phenomenal job as a head coach. So I had him at number 3.
I have Sean McVay at number 3. I just think fundamentally he is so sound as a coach, and I like the decision making, the play calling, the whole package. Man, I wonder what would happen if Matthew Stafford could have stayed healthy for the years following that first Super Bowl. I mean, he hasn't been the same quarterback, but he's showing flashes. The guy is getting old, though.
Yeah. I will say this, too. McVay was only team to really give Philadelphia trouble last year, that Rams team. So
St. Louis was really good at St. Louis. Los Angeles was really good in that game, too. I was actually rooting for them. You can't help it. I like the makeup of the team.
I think we're going to have a flip-flop here. So I had McVay at number 2. And for those reasons you said, I just think he coaches teams well. Again, he builds teams. He's drafted extremely well. He built the defense back up. You lose Aaron Donald, you get the defensive rookie of the year. You know what I mean? So like he knows how to draft. He knows how to scheme. He creates mismatches. And he's got a tree growing already with a lot of the coaches that are out there. So I like McVay at number 2.
Yeah, I put Payton at number 2.
Kind of figured that.
And for the reasons you said. I mean, come on, you took a guy that, everybody was wondering if he was good enough, right? And he comes in and man, he got him ready. He got him ready to play and be a factor in this league. And, Sean Payton, that's what he does. He knows how to build a team. He knows how to motivate. When he walks onto the field with the players in day one, he demands the respect because of what he's done in the past just by itself.
Agreed. Now, and at number 1, and this is on the fade, but I think it's going to start to fade a little bit because, again, you think about it. But the man has won everywhere he went. Andy Reid, right? 301 wins, 15 titles, 3 Super Bowl titles. He knows how to get players to buy in. I think that's his biggest piece. You have the best quarterback in the league. Yeah. And you figured a way to make sure that he understood the importance of everything that needs to happen to become a winner and a champion, and he's done that. He made Donovan McNabb get to a Super Bowl. Like, again, this guy is proven to win at every level. So I went Andy Reid at number 1.
Yeah, I did as well. I mean, I can't say enough about the guy. He's just like a regular Joe, right? And, he spots talent and he knows how to use that talent and puts them, again, I think of Belichick, putting them in position to succeed And I mean, when you lose Tyreek Hill and then you still find a way to get it done,
Yeah.
I mean, you go into a season, everybody thinks you're one dimensional. It's Mahomes to Kelsey, but then he gets other people to play that position right. And whether it's on the line, in the trenches, or whether it's just coming out of the backfield, or just your sprinter out there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can't teach speed, but you can teach where they're supposed to
Yeah,
be.
you can teach scheme.
And he does that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, he's a great coach. He really is. All right, that was fun. But we're going to talk some NBA. This story came out just the other day. The Los Angeles Clippers, have they cheated the system, and what should the NBA do about it? So the report coming out from Pablo Torre is that the Clippers signed a $28 million deal, an endorsement deal. It's a fraudulent tree planting company. It was a no-show job for Kawhi Leonard to make some extra money. Steve Ballmer, obviously, the Clippers owner, is denying this report. But let's say it is true, Ron. What should the NBA do about it?
If it's true, they need to penalize very harshly. I would say even a draft pick, a major fine, and also penalize them on that salary cap as well. Maybe not being able to sign players for the max deals.
Yeah, all right, yeah, right. Take $28 million away from them. I like that. I also think that both the player and the owner, should be suspended for numerous games.
Yeah.
Again, there's a salary cap for a reason. It's the bargaining agreement that was made by the players for the players, and you're trying to find ways to get around it. To me,
that's what Obama was doing in the interview that he did. It was like trying to work his way around the conversation to make it say, "Oh, it's okay then," and that's what I got from it. Like I don't know if you saw the interview, but I'll tell you, he was blowing smoke up everybody's ass.
Yeah, and he's denying we wouldn't do that. Okay. The fact that you could sign a $28 million and it was a no-show, like he didn't have to do anything, no appearances, nothing, never even promote it. I don't even think that thing's real. It's a tree planting company.
Yeah, and it was so dirty of a contract. And we talked about the LA Dodgers. At least they had the loopholes in the system.
Yeah.
This was clearly outside the lines and abused the contract.
Yeah. Suspension's coming down the line. I can't see this not coming to light. And then just hopefully no other NBA teams have done this because
I hope not.
You could see how this could become a thing. But all right, Ron, we're going to move on to our split decisions. All right, our split decision segment, basically we ask each other two more likely questions and we have to answer it. All right, I am first. So your first split decision, which Boston Celtic player will be the second leading scorer for the team next season, assuming that Jaylen Brown's number one? Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, or Anthony Simons?
Derek White.
That was quick. All right.
Yeah, I like Double P. He would be my second choice, but I think Derek White is definitely going to be in there every game in crucial moments, defensively and offensively.
Yeah, I will say this though. Anthony Simons, I think, averaged over 20-something points a game.
Yeah,
with Portland. If again, we don't even know if he'll be here because they're talking about trading him too. But I mean, okay,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
All right.
I don't look. I know there was some rumors about Derek White going as well, but I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's too popular of a player. I think fans could care less if KP was gone. Yeah, you got rid of Drew Holiday, but thank you, but
Yeah.
Derek White wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah. No. Okay. I like it. All right. Your first split decision.
Oh, where is it? All right. Who will more likely lead the league in interceptions thrown in 2025?
Ooh. Okay.
Is it this man?
Okay. Daniel Jones,
Cam Ward, Joe Flacco, or Spencer Rattler?
I'm going to go Rattler because I don't even think they have anybody to throw the ball to. So I think he's just going to be throwing for his life. So
poor guy.
I would go Rattler.
Horrible numbers.
Yeah, I would go Rattler on that one. I listen. The other guys at least have some talent around them. Maybe not Cleveland as much, but still. That's an interesting one. All right, your second.
Who does he have throwing to?
What's his name? The wide receiver there, Calvin Ridley. Yeah, so at least he has some.
Yeah.
Ron, which quarterback is more likely to throw 40-plus touchdowns this season? So all three of these guys threw 40-plus touchdowns last season. Joe Burrow, who had 43, Baker Mayfield, who had 41, or Lamar Jackson, who had 41. The only three guys to throw 40 touchdowns plus last season. Who's more likely to throw it again this season?
I'm going to say Baker Mayfield.
Ooh, okay. Throw less than Cincinnati, run the ball, defense, win some games. Okay, I like it. All right. I could see that. Yeah, Lamar Jackson still got Derrick Henry back there. Yeah, that's a good call. Baker Mayfield, I like it. All right. Not bad, buddy. Your second.
Oh, he's going to chuck the ball anyway, so.
Your second split decision.
All right. That's interesting. You went touchdowns thrown. I went interceptions thrown.
Yeah, we know. You're always, you're half empty. I'm half full. Yeah, we got it.
Sure. All right. Who will more likely have more sacks in 2025? Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons, TJ Watt, or Aiden Hutchinson?
I think Aiden Hutchinson's going to work himself back, so I can't see him like the first few weeks. I think it's just going to be feel out, get back in shape and ready to play. So I don't think it'll be him. I think Micah, again, got to learn the system. It's going to take some time, and he might not even be playing game one for the Packers. They said it's questionable. So that leaves me with two guys. I like Garrett. I do. I just think TJ Watt's a special player. I think that kid has a motor. His brother had it. He has it. I like Watt just in that scenario to get close to 20 plus again. And Garrett's an extremely good player, but I think too, they don't have much else on Cleveland's defensive side of the ball. So I could see a lot of people double teaming him or trying to make it difficult with TJ Watt. There's a lot of players on that defensive side of the ball. So I like Watt in that one, but that's a great question. That's a great question, my friend. And we are moving on. This is a weird show today. That's it. We're on our pick and roll, Ron. Pick and roll.
It's time for pick and roll.
Episode 36 of season 5. Come and knock it out, door. Trees Company. So we went with Trees Company. Although it said episode 34, so our graphic guy, we really got to work on him. These are quarterbacks that have had a 36 touchdown season in their career. I left a couple guys out, by the way, because like Tom Brady was one of them.
Oh, come on. Really?
But there's 3 active and 3 that have retired on this list. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott.
Who's the other guys?
Steve Young, Kurt Warner, and Tony Romo. I think Y.A. Tittle, and I can't remember the other guy. There was one more. Yeah.
But why isn't Tom in here?
because we already know where Tom would rank. We're not wasting our time.
But it's nice to say it. It's not fair for Tommy that he doesn't get to win these things because he's never included.
Poor Tommy.
This is why he became a champion, because he was excluded from everything.
That's it. It was all about feeling slated. All right, so I'll start us off tonight, Ron, with my pick and roll. At number 6, I had Tony Romo. Again, decent career, 78-49, 34,000 passing yards, over 34,000 passing yards, 248 touchdowns, which is the most on this list. 117 interceptions, though, which is second most on this list, and 4-time Pro Bowler. So no other accolades there. At number 5, I guess it's a Dallas theme. I went Dak Prescott. I think he had the best. He has the best completion percentage on this list at 66.8%. He's thrown for 213 touchdowns, 3-time Pro Bowler, and an Offensive Rookie of the Year. But that's all he's really had as well. This is where it gets dicey because this could go any which way. But I went at number 4, Josh Allen. 76-34. He's thrown for 26,434 yards, 195 touchdowns, 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time Most Improved Player, and 1 MVP. But this is why I put the gentleman ahead of him, because he's won more MVPs, and that was Lamar Jackson at number 3. Lamar Jackson, 70-24. He's thrown for over 20,000 yards. I didn't include rushing yards because I think some of these guys would have really benefited from that. Less touchdowns than Josh Allen, but 1 more Pro Bowl, 3-time All-Pro. Josh Allen has not been an All-Pro. 2 MVPs, 3-time PFWA MVP, and 2-time Offensive Player of the Year. I thought that was pretty impressive, puts him ahead of Josh Allen. Which meant at number 2, I went Kurt Warner, 67-49. Even though he didn't have a large body of work, 208 touchdown passes, Ron. 4-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, 2-time MVP, 1-time PFWA MVP, won a Super Bowl, and was the Super Bowl MVP that season. Which leaves the guy in the middle there, Steve Young, at number 1, 94 wins, which is the most on this list. 232 touchdowns, which is the second most on this list. 7-time Pro Bowl, 3-time All-Pro, 2-time MVP, 2-time PFW MVP, 3-time champion, even though one of them legitimately was his. But he was a Super Bowl MVP in that season. So Steve Young, number 1 for me.
Round of applause.
Yay.
I have it exactly the same. Tony Romo, look. Yes, I get it. He hasn't won anything, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? I would take any one of these quarterbacks on my team, to be honest with you.
I agree. Listen,
I think these are great quarterbacks. I mean, I think they're very talented all the way around. Tony Romo, the 4 Pro Bowls, I had him at number 6. And the only reason why I had Dak ahead of him was because of that that completion percentage.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it was better. The least of, the losses, but I don't know. I just feel like Dak is just better,
but not much. Like they're about the same.
Much better,
if you look at the numbers, they're about the same.
Yeah, the numbers are
at this point in their careers. Yeah.
But I got to see both of them play, and I just think that Dak is probably a little more sure of himself, where I feel like at times Romo was just throwing the ball to save his life. So, and he had to come back all the time too. So, so at least Dak does play in the lead.
Yeah.
So I did have Josh Allen at number 4. I bet you're surprised about that.
A little bit, but again,
I just looked at the numbers. I mean, the numbers just are slightly better for Lamar Jackson, and that was the difference. You're looking 76-34 for Josh Allen, 70-24. That's 10 less losses, but it was still big. And the difference in games are only 8. So Lamar Jackson had the better completion percentage. He also had the best yards per attempt.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Josh Allen clearly has more yards passed. He's a better pocket passer than Jackson, but not by much, because Lamar Jackson ran the ball so well, and Josh Allen does too, but not the speed and conviction of Lamar Jackson. And only 49 interceptions. That was a fantastic number. And of course, the MVPs mattered. The All Pros mattered. So they're like, I think they might be number 2 and 3, 2A, 2B in the league right now.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, they surpass number 1. That leaves, Kurt Warner at number 2. He just had more of the accolades than Allen and Lamar Jackson, including a Super Bowl.
The ring matters.
So that's what put him over Lamar Jackson, because they both had the 4 Pro Bowls. Lamar did have an extra All-Pro, but when you look at that Super Bowl ring, I mean, that was what did it. Put him at number 2. So it was really close between 2, 3, and 4 for me.
Agreed.
I don't think it was close. With number 1, I think Steve Young was clearly the better quarterback of the bunch. 94 and 49. I mean, his numbers are just stellar. I mean, 8 yards per attempt, which is better than anybody's on this list. And, I'm not a big yardage fan because of the errors. So I look at that yard per attempt. That is telling on how somebody would do in this day and age. He'd light it up. 7 Pro Bowls beyond anybody that's on this list. 3 All-Pro, the 2 AP MVPs, and then, 2 of the PFWA MVPs, which are the same 2 seasons. So, Hall of Fame, though, that doesn't hurt. Super Bowl MVP. He even had that NEA MVP, too, as well.
Yeah. And Warner's in the Hall of Fame as well, so.
Yes, Warner's in the Hall of Fame. Although that one...
Yeah. So, all right, great list. Ron,
it was a great list.
We are also trying to nominate some athletes into the Hall of Fame. The Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame had just inducted, I apologize, Cheryl Swoops and Deion Sanders last month. We still have another month of hockey and Olympics to vote on. Go to the Sports Unfolded Sports Poll page on Facebook to cast your vote for the Olympics. It's Mark Spitz, Jenny Thompson, Matt Biondi, Lana Romashina, and Ryan Lochte. So
wow,
those are your Olympic athletes.
Wow, I'm stunned.
And in the NHL, you've got Paul Coffey, Ray Bourque, Doug Wilson, Larry Murphy, and Phil Housley.
Larry!
Get on that as soon as you can. Hey, another Trees Company reference there. So go to Facebook, Sports Unfolded Sports Bowl page, cast your vote today. Help get one of these athletes inducted into the Sports Unfolded Hall of Fame next month. Ron, it is prediction time, and last week, not a good week for you, my friend.
Yeah, I know. Maybe that's why I forgot to actually upload. I'm getting it right now. Just give me a second, and we'll get that up. Predictions, uploading, and processing.
Hey, and
there we go. Yeah, it was not a good gain 3 on me. Now my lead is only 5.
Oh, and and the graphic guy that does that didn't change the date, so that was for 9/5. Yes, not 8/20.
Didn't change the dates.
Yeah. So look at. Oh my goodness, we're a mess. 6-3 last week for me, 3-6 for Ron and James, and 0-1 for Danny. I didn't change the date.
Oh, okay. See,
I'm not.
I thought I did something wrong.
No. So if you'd like to get onto the prediction chart or add to your totals, please let us know who you pick during our segment now. And we start off with baseball, Ron. Series starts 9-8. We got the Milwaukee Brewers at the Texas Rangers, 3-game series. I'm going Milwaukee here. I just think they're the far superior team. Agreed?
Yeah, they are a better team. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody
out
there
live?
You
never know. Texas could pull this out.
Everything lately. Nothing's guaranteed anymore. All right. Also, September 9th, the Detroit Tigers at the New York Yankees run 3-game series. Who do you have?
Oh, I'm going New York Yankees on this one. Because if I'm wrong, that would be the one that I'd want to be wrong.
Okay. I am also going the Yankees here as well, though. I think they're starting to figure some things out.
You just jinxed them, right?
Big win in 2 out of 3 in Houston, a team they've normally struggled against. So we'll see. And I'm not sold on the Tigers. I think that's more of what it is more than the Yankees.
Yeah, I'm not either. I just don't feel like they're a championship caliber team. Yeah. I just don't see it. I don't know why, but I'm just not feeling them. Just not doing it.
All right. WNBA action on 9/6 tomorrow. The Minnesota Lynx at the Golden State Valkyries. I went Lynx here. Listen, this is a great team.
Yeah, the Lynx. I don't particularly feel like this is going to be close.
Okay. It might not be. Although Valkyries have won 22 games. They're actually, I think, 3 or 4 games over 500. They're not a horrible team.
Okay, goody. 3 games over.
Got some NFL action tonight. You got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers, but it's in Brazil.
Ron, the Brazil Chargers.
The Brazil Chargers. The Brazilians.
Sao Paulo. See, this is the NFL thinking they can cut in on our fan base. That's what it is. Sao Paulo is our number 2 city in the world for our viewership, and they're trying to cut into it, and it's not going to work.
Nope.
They're all watching this right now.
Game's not until 8, so I think we're.
I know. I'm just saying.
All right. What do you got? Who's you picking?
What was the game?
Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
You know what? We're gonna have one of these weeks again, huh? I went Chargers as well. I think the travel.
Have we picked all the same?
So far, yes.
Okay.
All right, 9/7 this Sunday, Ron. Big matchup to start the season. The Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills. I am going Buffalo here at home. I think Buffalo takes this.
Yeah, I think Buffalo at home as well. Hey, who knows? Maybe there'll be a freak snowstorm too.
Yeah, you never know in Buffalo. You never know. Also, this Sunday, you've got the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Ron, who you taking?
I'm going Green Bay, baby. Green Bay Packers. I don't think Detroit is going to be sure of themselves yet with new coordinators.
Yeah.
So it could be a little messy at the beginning of the season. So I'm going Green Bay. You know, if from what I understand, my sources tell me that Parsons will play,
Ooh.
but limited.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably just on passing downs.
Okay. All right. Even if they don't have Micah, I went Green Bay as well at home. I like the addition of Golden. I like the fact that it's in Green Bay. Those were a couple of factors that made me pick.
So is he a golden retriever?
On 9-6, we have some college action. Number 15, Michigan Wolverines at number 18, Oklahoma Sooners. I went home team here. I'm not a big fan of Michigan this year, so I went Oklahoma.
I also went Oklahoma at home. I'm not sold that Michigan is going to be able to handle a team that is, you know, a pretty decent team. I think they're going to struggle a little bit. So therefore, I went with Oklahoma. I think they're going to come out playing at home, and I think they're going to get the job done.
All right. So if we pick the same driver here, then we know something's going on. So on 9-7, you got the Enjoy Illinois 300. It's in Illinois. Go figure. I don't know where they came up with that name. We need a top 5 driver, Ron. Who do you have?
I'm going Kyle Larson.
Okay, good. We don't have to. This might be our only saving grace. By the way, I had the second. I went number 2 last week.
Yeah, you still didn't get the win though for it.
Yeah, I know.
I
got
the win. 5 of them.
I didn't get 2
you only
wins.
have what, 1, 2?
I didn't get 2 wins. That's all. So Kyle Larson. I went Joey Logano.
Yeah, that was my second choice.
So Joey Logano for the win in Illinois.
Which is actually a pretty good pick because he just got eliminated for, you know, the playoffs.
Yeah. So nothing to lose.
So nothing to lose. He's going to go all out trying to get that win.
Yeah.
So that's not a bad pick. And I was debating whether I was going with him. So
all right, cool. All right, Ron, that was our prediction segment. Tune in next week to see how we did. But Ron, it is almost time to end our show. But before we end our show, can you tell all the wonderful people out there how they could become a sponsor of Sports
I absolutely can. And let me tell you that people should be doing this. Like companies out there, you should definitely want to be part of this. Just please send us an email. Your ad will be here. We will read the ad. So not only will people see it, but it will be heard on the audio version for Spotify, Red Circle, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and many more. And let me tell you that many more is WDJY in Atlanta. It's Dallas. It's the suburbs of Atlanta. And, you know, last time we got the news on what the ratings was, we were getting 13,000 viewers. Now, that's a lot of ears that your ad could be reaching. So you might want to get in on that. And plus, we also have, you know, WBOB in Providence as well. So there's a lot of listeners out there. So you should probably want to get in on this. So send us an email at ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. We can send you out the media kit and you can join the family.
All right. I love it. Join the family. Follow us on all our social media platforms as well. So we are on everything and anything you could imagine. So check that out as well. Tell your friends about us, like, share, follow our show, subscribe to all of our platforms so you can be a part of the best sports podcast on the planet, Sports Unfolded, every single week. And let us know what you think. Ron, It is final thoughts time, and our final thoughts don't necessarily have to be about anything sports related. It could be about anything happening in the world today. I am first this week, so I will give you my final thought. I only have one today, my friend. And my final thought is just announced Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather Jr. exhibition fight next year. Can I say that after watching the Jake Paul Mike Tyson and hyping myself up to the point where I was so excited to see it, why in the world would anybody want to see this? Tyson's weighs like 70 more pounds than Floyd. B, we already saw Tyson's performance. In D, A, F, G, every letter in the alphabet. This is another money grabbing scheme by both of these boxes. I just find it funny that this is what boxing has resulted in now, that they can't have young talent coming up the ranks, that we're just going to keep doing exhibition fights with all these guys that have been retired for years and years and years. So I'm disappointed that this is even happening, because this, to me, is definitely a money grab. They're not even nearly the same weight class. I'm not looking forward to this. Don't plan on watching it. That's my final thought.
Yeah, I'm not spending money on it either, Eric. Good points. Good points. My final thought goes out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay. It was so bad. Their attitude, like, I just feel like they were just playing dirty. And it started out with Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott, which is completely unwarranted, and I'll tell you, kudos to Dak Prescott for how he handled it. Kudos to him. It was a despicable display of sportsmanship, and I cannot believe that, well, I actually can believe it came from a Philadelphia team. You are what your fans are, I guess, right? Now that I just alienated all of Philadelphia.
Thanks, bud.
But it had to be said, right? Because their performance was classless. And frankly, I hope he gets suspended for at least half the season. I really do. He deserves to. But the other players just followed suit. It was just like a lot of scrums, and most of what I saw was Philadelphia causing it. It was so bad that they actually had me rooting for the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That's how bad it was. And it was just a despicable display of sportsmanship by that team. And I hope you finish dead last.
Well
I hope you do.
Well said. That is our show for today. I want to thank all those that have joined us live. James, thank you for always being a part of our show. We appreciate you. Again, if you are tuning in later, like, share, follow our show. Let us know what you think. Come join us next Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the best sports podcast on the planet. I keep trying to say it faster and faster. Sports Unfolded. So we appreciate all the support. I need everyone out there to do me one favor, though. We ask for it every single show. Please sign a waiver saying that you're going to have love and respect for everyone, because all we ever want in this world is peace. Let's get some of that.
Have a great night, everybody.